I really thought was interesting in the one shot was this idea that not only is Peggy kind of looked down upon by a lot of her male co-workers because she's a woman, but also they credit all of her accomplishments to being Captain America's girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's something that you're planning on carrying through to the show as well, this kind of extra burden for her to prove herself individually now that he's gone.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, someone who's been... I mean, we do the same thing now. You know, we give the director of the movie all the credit for inventing things. You know, it's if you're near some very famous person, that person's going to get all the credit. And it's a really neat kind of thing to have this specter on the show with Steve Rogers and never happen. You know?
Right.
And you're not expecting him. I mean, like, I know he can't show up.
Right, he's like this president
off the table, and so any mention they make of him will be hopefully emotional, because he just hangs in there.
Did you always see this type of potential, going back to the writing of First Avenger in Agent Carter, and like, this character could do more? Like, did you see it then, or did it kind of evolve over time?
The more we saw Haley playing her, the more it was like, wow, I wonder who that is.
Because she could come back.
She didn't have that many lines in the original movie, and it was like, okay, I wonder, she's in the army for some reason or other. She's English, but she's American. And it suddenly was like, why? It raised a lot of questions that we didn't have the answers to at the time. It was like, who is this person now?
Which leaves us a playing field now.
Yeah.
Like, why is she in there? Why America? Why did she drive so hard to do this? There were a lot of easier ways to live your life in 1945 and 46. So that's the kind of stuff I said it on the panel. Like, she's been on screen for 45 minutes. We'll do that in a pilot. Like, there's just so much, and Haley's big on this. Like, where else can we go with her? We just have scratched her.
How much does playing in this period, which isn't done very much on TV at all, certainly not on network TV, how does that free you up?
Plot-wise it does. Kristen said this before, like, nobody has a cell phone, like there's tension and danger because you can't get there or communicate with anybody in a reasonable amount of time.
I don't know if it frees us up, but it's a really rich period in history where this, giant opposition that we had going for 10 years with the Nazis is gone, and we're not completely positive what the rules are anymore, or who gets the scientists, who gets the secrets. It's all on the table, and everyone developed these skills in World War II. People became spies, people became murderers, and suddenly the war was over, and they came back, and it's like, wow, I know how to do some shit. What do I do with this? So it's nice to play with that assortment of characters. You have an office basically full of people who just came back from the war. And so there's no telling what any of them experienced last year. So
we have a tendency to think of history as this fixed thing where it's like, oh, that's right, we got that, good guys won, middle of 45, and then it was the 50s. That's just not the case, right? Everything was up for grabs for quite a while, and murky, and we didn't know we really won.
And weirdly, we went almost immediately into Korea.
Well, sure. Don't go
Let's
on
get
your
another
career
war
rant.
going.